Hey everyone, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. This video is going to cover an extremely special episode on my series called DFFOOthesis, where I go over hypothetical ability kits for characters, monsters, and summons that have yet to be added to the world of Opera Omnia. The character I chose for this video is undoubtedly the most powerful character in the universe. This man will literally melt enemies with his unmatched prowess. The character I speak of is none other than...
Finish him. Get over here. Crouching Tiger. Master Ken wins.
Fatality.
Master Ken. That is right, Master Ken, the founder of and master of the world's deadliest, most street-lethal martial art, Ameridote, and YouTube sensation with his own YouTube channel called Enter the Dojo, is our featured character for this DFFOOthesis episode. Let's talk about what Master Ken could bring if he ever existed in the world of Opera Omnia.
Name a martial art.
Sambo.
Bullshit. Name a martial art.
Karate.
Bullshit. Name a martial art. Bullshit.
Yeah, Kung Fu is bullshit.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Bullshit.
Ameridote.
Perfect.
Every martial art has its strengths and its weaknesses. Except for ours. That's what's amazing about Ameridote, is that it's really a blend of the best parts of every martial art in the world. That's why we like to say, best of all, worst of none.
Master Ken's self-taught, most lethal martial art is quote-unquote best of all, worst of none. For this reason, we have to give him his own unique buff called best of all, worst of none. This buff is automatically active at the start of battle with an infinite turn duration, cannot be dispelled, and cannot be pushed off by other buffs and debuffs. While best of all, worst of none is active, Master Ken gains debuff immunity, 100% brave and HP damage reduction to himself, dispel immunity, and this unique buff immediately sets all enemies brave to 0, and they cannot gain any brave by whatever means. Master Ken's buff also nullifies any natural elemental resistance, elemental absorption, brave damage resistance, brave damage absorption, and debuff immunities enemies may possess, rendering them helpless against his art of Ameridote. Now that we've covered his insane buff, let's talk about his actual skills. Master Ken's skill 1 has to be his signature thrust of freedom.
All right, now it's time for some drills. I want you to practice making contact with the thrust of freedom. So you're gonna grab the pad, get a secure position, and just practice a little thrust. Okay? Thrust. Use all those muscles. Thrust. You can even double up. Thrust, thrust. And as you practice this technique more and more, eventually you're gonna be able to take on 2 at a time, okay? Attacker in front, attacker in back. Thrust, 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 thrust.
Thrust of Freedom is delivered through Master Ken's powerful hip thrust, which is a 1000 hit, non-elemental, melee AoE brave plus AoE HP attack with a 90,000% brave damage potency, 2000 brave overflow, 100% AoE HP damage to all targets, and delays all enemy targets by 12 turns due to the unsightly sight of Master Ken's hips thrusting into them. It also grants Master Ken a unique buff called Thrust of Freedom Counter for infinite turns, which every time he is attacked by enemies or healed by allies, he will deliver a counter attack which cancels the break status on all enemies, followed by a 200 hit non-elemental melee single target brave plus AoE HP attack with a 20,000 brave damage potency. His skill 2 is going to be his signature groin grab attack.
The most lethal weapon any martial artist can ever possess is his or her mind. Second most lethal is probably the groin grab.
It incapacitates any assaults immediately. Anybody who comes after me, that's the place I go first. And it ends it right there.
I just don't see the point of having the groin be the only available target.
Well, maybe I value my groin more than you value
Look, I
yours.
value my groin, okay?
You do have a groin,
Yes,
right?
I have a groin. It's just that she doesn't.
This devastating grab of the genitals is a 15,000 hit non-elemental melee single target brave plus single target HP attack with a 50,000 brave damage potency, 60,000 brave overflow, 25% HP splash damage to other targets, and also inflicts a unique uncurable debuff on all enemies that applies a HP poison based on 80% of max HP, and also allows your Dissidia Opera Omnia account to accumulate 100 gems for every HP poison damage each enemy takes. Master Ken doesn't need an EX ability, as he finds it is a waste of time and is BS and immediately skips to his LD and burst ability. Master Ken's LD ability has to be his signature kill face.
That's why I'm always encouraging them to be working on their kill face. Having a good kill face is like walking around with a loaded gun in your pocket. Only it's not in your pocket. It's in your face.
The key to a good kill face is the energy behind it. Now, for the safety of the camera crew and the viewers at home, I've asked that they not actually film my kill face directly, because the execution of it, it's just too dangerous, guys.
The kill face actually doesn't deal any damage, but what it does is apply the kill face unique debuff on all targets, which cannot be dispelled, lasts for 20 turns, and prevents afflicted enemies from taking any action whatsoever. The kill face applies its effects to future boss fights that have yet to be released in Opera Omnia, giving players a massive advantage when these future boss fights come out. Finally, Master Ken's burst ability has to be his Hurricane, which is stated to be able to defeat up to 10 men or 14 dwarves.
This is why I've created a technique that, if executed properly, will make you invincible against up to 10 men or 14 dwarfs. I like to call it the Hurricane. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, for your own safety. You might want to hang on to something.
The Hurricane is a 100,000 hit non-elemental AoE brave plus AoE HP attack executed 50 times with a 12 million % brave damage overflow, 100% AoE HP damage to all targets, grants the best of all, worst of none unique buff to all allies, and grants a 2 free multi-pulls on any current and future banner pulls your account may have for every Hurricane burst ability used. As you can see, Master Ken will be an undeniable wrecking force and unmatched in any sort of way should he be released in Opera Omnia. Now, a word from a special guest.
Master Ken here with a message for 40, the Broadway Saiyan. First of all, I saw that your friend, Private Scoots, did a drawing of me. And I have to say, overall, it's pretty accurate, although I do feel like my muscles are a little bit bigger. And you're missing a belt. I have 2 belts. There's only 1 belt in that drawing. Also, I don't appear to have a mouth. But the hair and the mustache are very good, and I believe you spelled my name right, which is good for you. But 40's question is, how powerful would Master Ken be in the video game Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia? Apparently in that game, you can attack enemies by stealing their brave and dealing damage points to their health. I'll tell you, if I was in the game, probably wouldn't even be fair. I would start out with a lot of my signature moves, a lot of thrusts of freedom, going ahead and thrusting all of the enemies. You'd see me do some eye gouges. You'd see me do some groin grabs. You'd see me do the Hurricane, possibly wait until I'm surrounded by a bunch of enemies and then just be throwing Hurricanes everywhere. And then probably would finish it off with a kill face. But I can't actually do the kill face here, because if you saw it through this whatever phone or computer you're watching this on right now, I don't want to be held responsible. So what I recommend is playing that game as me,
because you're guaranteed to win every time, probably be unfair, as long as only one person can play me. If you have multiple Master Kens in the game, it's just going to destroy the game. It's going to blow up your PS4 or whatever you play it on. It's just going to cause it'll be too much energy in one place and it'll just cook your hard drive. So only play one of me at a time. But that's the answer to your question. Happy gaming. And remember, always restomp that groin.
Master Ken, thank you for educating our Dissidia Opera Omnia audience with your wisdom on your unmatched power. Please check out his YouTube channel, Enter the Dojo, in the video description and pinned comments. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan. Have a happy April Fool's Day, and remember, always restomp that groin.